What's going on, my Central Unit Galaxy? It's the Central Man here, so back again with another WCW pay-per-view review. Actually, this is an NWA pay-per-view review, because the reason why, late 2020, going into the first month of 2021, I've been reviewing WCW pay-per-views from the 1990s and the 2000s, you know, from the Monday Night War era. Yeah, I reviewed Starrcade 91, that was in the pre-Monday Night War era. I got a little tired. I'm gonna change up a little bit, review a old school NWA pay-per-view from the 1980s. The last 1980s NWA pay-per-view I reviewed was Starrcade 87. So today I'm reviewing the one and only Bunkhouse Stampede event from 1988 at the Nassau Coliseum in New York City on the 24th of January 1988. The attendance for the show was 6,000. The buy rate for the show was 200,000 pay-per-view buys. This is on the same night as the very first Royal Rumble event for the World Wrestling Federation. And this time period they're facing head-to-head in the pay-per-view buy rate. This is years before they did the ratings war between Raw and Nitro, the Monday Night Wars. They've been doing it since 1987. You know, one did a pay-per-view, one did a on TV just for free. You know, in November '87, WWF did the first Survivor Series, NWA did Starrcade, and then in January, WWF did the first Royal Rumble event on the USA Network. You know, the following year will be the first one on pay-per-view. The NWA did the Bunkhouse Stampede. I'm talking about this show right now. And then in the spring, the WWF did WrestleMania 4. You know, that was the same night they did the tournament to crown the new WWF champion. The NWA, GCP, the future WCW, did the very first Clash of the Champions show. They continue until they kind of stopped it in 1989, because they hurt in the pay-per-view department. Anyway, and then years later in the mid-90s, they start doing the ratings war between Raw and Nitro. Anyway, this is the one and only Bunkhouse Stampede event. I think this is the first and only one on pay-per-view. They've been doing it since 1985. Anyway, the commentators for the show are Jim Ross and Bob Caudle. Tony Schiavone as a ring announcer. Very rare to see Tony Schiavone as a ring announcer. He's mostly... I reviewed these old NWA, WCW shows from the late 80s, early 90s. Schiavone is mostly a ring interviewer and a ring commentator. Actually, a commentator. But seeing him as a ring announcer, to me, is a bit weird. Anyway, so the first match to kick off Bunkhouse Stampede 88, we got Nikita Koloff defending the NWA Television Championship against Bobby Eaton, one half of the Midnight Express, with Jim Cornette in his corner. The match was okay. It was a bit boring. They were doing a lot of rest holds. It really brought down the match just for me. It wasn't terrible, wasn't fantastic. It was just basically a thumb in the middle match. The match ended in a time limit draw. Koloff really retains the title, and then you got Stan Lane, other half of the Midnight Express, beat down Koloff, and that was it. The next match, this is the one and only time that the Western States Championship was on the line on a pay-per-view. We got the Western States Champion Barry Windham defending the belt against Larry Zbyszko with the baby doll in his corner. This was shit. This was absolute shit. It was boring. The ending was good, but the whole of the match was boring as fuck. I think some bulks of the match, you had Zbyszko working on the leg of Barry Windham. The ending was good. In the end, Zbyszko hit Windham with the heel of the babe doll to win this match and become the new Western States Champion. And this is the one and only time that the Western States Championship was defended on a pay-per-view. Zbyszko will hold the belt until the end of 1988, and the title was retired. So the next match, we got Ric Flair defending the NWA World Heavyweight Championship with J.J. Dillon in his corner, defending the belt against Road Warrior Hawk with Paul Ellering in his corner. His tag team partner Animal was in the main event. I'll get to the main event a bit shortly. It's very rare to see Hawk in the world title pictures. I think it's the one and only time that Hawk's in a world championship match. He's mostly in the tag team title picture with his tag team partner Animal. Anyway, so Flair won the world title at Starrcade the end of 1987, defeating Ronnie Garvin in a steel cage. The match was decent, not a fantastic match, but it was a good match to watch. I think some bulks of the match, Flair worked on the leg of Hawk. You had a face-off between two managers, between J.J. Dillon and Paul Ellering. Dillon did get involved. He hit, there was a referee bump, hit Hawk with the chair. Hawk was going after J.J. Dillon, and then Flair hit Hawk in the head with the same chair. He kicked out of the chair shot from the head. And then Flair got himself disqualified, hit Hawk again with the same chair, and that was it. I knew it's going to happen because Flair just won the title at Starrcade. I don't see Hawk winning the world title. I don't think he's world championship material. That's just me. I think Flair hold the title until Chi-Town Rumble in '89. He lost the title to Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I covered that show a couple months back. Anyway, moving on to the main event, we got the Bunkhouse Stampede match. This is inside of the steel cage. We got 8 competitors in this match. We got Dusty Rhodes, Lex Luger, the 2 members of the Horsemen, that is Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson. We got Road Warrior Animal, the Warlord, the Barbarian, and Ivan Koloff. This match reminds me of TNA when they do their reverse battle royals. You know, the final 2 you got to win by pinfall submission to win that match. This is a reverse steel cage match. Instead of, the rules of the match, you escape from the steel cage. You got to eliminate your opponent from the steel cage. This was shit, and this was a boring ass match. Who come up with this match? Who the fuck who decides to do this? Hey, let's do a reverse steel cage match. This is under a battle royal format. Who come up with this whole idea, man? It was so shit. Not the best decisions to come up with this new concept. I don't want to get into it. At least we got blood in this match because we're in this time period. The difference between the NWA and the WWF. The WWF in that time period is kid friendly. They always do change their minds. We're kid friendly. We're banning blood. We're not banning blood. We're putting bloods in our matches, in our storylines. They always do it for decade upon decade. In the 80s and 2000s. I don't want to get into it. The NWA is all legit. It's rough and it's physical. It's violent. Anyway, so the first person got eliminated was Ivan Koloff. He got eliminated from the cage wall. We got Animal and Warlord got eliminated from the cage door. They eliminate each other from the cage door. Anderson and Blanchard trying to eliminate Luger. Luger eliminate both 2 members of the Horsemen, and in the process eliminate himself. The final 2 is Dusty Rhodes and the Barbarian. Dusty won this match, and this is the 4th and final Bunkhouse Stampede match in almost say WCW history, but the NWA history. Once it's done, it's done. I've done my research before I'm doing this review on this show. They've been doing this match since 1985, and Dusty Rhodes won all 4 of the Bunkhouse Stampede match. No title was not on the line. I think the announcers say in this match, the winner received $100,000 prize money. It's just like whoop-de-doo. Anyway, this was shit. This show lasted about an hour and 53, nearly close to 2 hours. You had 4 matches on the show. Anyway, my final rating for the one and only NWA Bunkhouse Stampede show from 1988 is a 3 out of 10. This was shit. The only worth in the good has to be the world title match between Ric Flair versus Hawk, Road Warrior Hawk. It was, a decent match. The ending was shit. Yeah, I don't see, Hawk leaving Nassau Coliseum as the new world champion. It's not want me to go, wow, I need to watch this again. No, it was a decent match. The only match in the okay has to be the television title match between Nikita Koloff versus Bobby Eaton, one half of the Midnight Express. Besides that, the two matches worth in the bad has to be the Western State Championship match between Barry Windham and Lance Zbyszko, and the Bunkhouse Stampede match. That was a clusterfuck. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed my review of NWA Bunkhouse Stampede 1988. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, smash the like button, subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube for more wrestling videos, Marvel videos, and more. Next time, let's go back into the 1990s WCW period. So the rest of February, going to early March, I'm reviewing Super Brawl shows. So next time, I'm going to review the first Super Brawl from 1991. This is the Century Man officially signing out. Check you later. That was my review of Bunkhouse Stampede 1988, and that was a thumbs down of a pay-per-view.